Sun.
This is going to be so funny to edit though.
It's all going to be cut this. Oh my god. Okay. This is creepy.
Just do it.
This is creepy. Okay. Hi guys, this is Katja from the Diet in Heaven podcast. We're filming our first podcast today, which is crazy and creepy. I have my camera daughter behind the camera, my lovely couch in front of the camera, which is going to be a thing in the next couple of podcasts, you'll see. Let's try this thing. We already have a vlog. You can find that one at the Smitskas Unplugged, and that one is all about our life. Literally that. So we are originally from Belgium. We moved there, went traveling for a while, went back to Belgium for some time, had another baby there, start traveling again, and yeah, then we settled in Portugal, where we are. We bought a house there, which is actually a ruin. So it's one of the houses that got destroyed in the big fire of 2017. So we bought that ruin. We are building it up one step at a time. So our ruin that we are building up, and our life here in Portugal as expats or as immigrants. We talk about that in our vlogs on our other channel, the Smitskas Unplugged. I will give a link down below if you are interested in that. Knitting, crochet, wool dyeing. I have been in the wool world since 2004. That is 15 years now? Yeah, probably. So I was 18 at the time. We were pregnant with our first child. We have 5 now, but she was our first. And I came into a period of the pregnancy that things weren't going well with me and the baby. So I had to lay down for 9 weeks. Can you imagine that? I was bored out of my mind at the time, so I started knitting. I had someone bring me some wool, bring me some of those long, terrible needles, and I just teach myself how to knit. And I think she was just a few months old, and I was intrigued by this phenomena of dyeing your own wool. At that time, it was still new in the Netherlands and Belgium, and you had some English vendors who sold hand-dyed wool, but that was it. It wasn't bigger than that here in Europe. I learned how to dye my own wool, and it became one of the most amazing things that I had ever done, and it clicked. It was my thing. And a couple of years later, I started my own wool dyeing business. I think we have been in business for 7 years by then. And yeah, I wasn't mentally too stable. I was very depressed. I had a lot of things going on. I didn't feel big enough yet, and the company was growing. We were the first ones in Belgium with hand-dyed wool. We did events with our wool, and that company grew like it should grow, but it grew too big for me as a person, as who I was back in the day. And yeah, I quit. I think that's basically my history, my knitting history, my wool dyeing history. Over the years I started how to learn crochet, how to felt, how to spin my own wool, which is, hallelujah, probably my second best thing after wool dyeing. Seeing the wheel turn, it's very hypnotic. So actually my kind of therapy, so that's great. Our business that we had, our wool dyeing business, I miss that. It was a stupid mistake to stop it at its height, or at a height. I want it back. So we decided on a name, Dyed in Heaven, which came naturally. It was there one moment to the next. In a second, it was there. We had a name. We came up with a logo. My daughter actually came up with a logo, the same one who is behind the camera there. We came up with a brand, with a house style, and we're developing it right now. And I thought to start a podcast when our web shop is going to be here, which will not be in the next month or maybe next 2 months, because there's just so much work that goes into starting something like that. But no, we're starting the podcast right now because I think it's a great journey to take you on. See how we build our business, see what we do to build our business. I think it's great to show you. We're not there yet at the business part of the podcast because we're still collecting all equipment that we need. But yeah, you know, this podcast can go somewhere. You know, I have no idea what to do in a podcast like this. So, yeah. I see other knitters talk about their project, so you know what? Let's just do that. I have all my projects here. And yeah, okay, let's dive in. Random bag. Okay, this one comes in more thingies, more bags. So we have this, and then I need this for the same project, and this. That's a stupid one to start with first, because this one is going to be one of the last that I'm going to work on. Yeah, but okay. Random bag, just pick a bag. This is going to be a blanket, and that blanket, I started it, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I started it as a baby blanket for my youngest son when I was still pregnant. So the guy is now 22 months. Yeah, I never finished. This was all done before birth. After his birth we had a difficult time with the little one because he was ill, had to go to the hospital, and yeah, I had a long time of not knitting and or crochet anything, which is actually normal if you give birth. A baby doesn't always allow you to do so. And then we started traveling again, and eventually bought a house. So yeah, this was on the long run, but I really want to take it up again. So the guy is now 22 months. I'm afraid I will have to make the project bigger, which is why I have 2 bags. So I started with all the leftover balls that are blue, purple. Yeah, I have a gray one in between. So I started taking those together, and the baby blanket was going to be in those colors. But of course, if I'm going to make it bigger, I will have to change up that plan, because this is not going to last me an entire big blanket for my son. I have collected all my reds and pinks, and yeah, to combine it. I think that will be nice. Okay, next thing, grab something. Okay, I have this one, which is okay. Yeah, another one that's not really necessary to show yet. Okay, why not? So, this one is something that's been on the long run as well. Really long run. I think the last time I worked on this one was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, before our first time of traveling. So yeah, this is some kind of jacket. I first made it for my oldest daughter, Troya, but she is not that gypsy anymore, so I don't know for who it is. You don't wear wool. So Pelagia behind the camera, she's 12. She's vegan. She doesn't wear wool. I make this one out of a skein of hand spun yarn. I spun this yarn myself. It's fingering weight, maybe even smaller than or thinner than fingering weight. And it has some beautiful blue, pink, purple colors. Maybe I have to make this for myself because these are my colors. It's in my work in progress bin because I want to finish this as well. Okay, another one. This is not a work in progress, it's my last hand spun. So I finished this a couple of weeks ago, I think 3-4 weeks ago. So it's I call it Autumn in Spring. Autumn in Summer was my title that I go for. So it's green, orange, brown, white, purple, a little bit of red I see, but it's all kind of autumn colors. The skein is 180 grams and a little bit more than 500 meters. So that's a lot. I have no idea what to do with this. I think Aeneas claimed it, didn't he? So my oldest son, he's 6 now, and he adores hand knitted toys, especially the little monkeys, the Jacobus monkeys. So yes, I think he claimed this for another monkey of his. So who knows? My next spin is going to be some, oh man, I'm blanking out here. Blue-faced Leicester, alpaca, tencel and silk. And I hand carded those myself into little puffy thingies, and then they will be spun into some yarn. I have this same yarn, so the blue-faced Leicester, the alpaca, the tencel and the silk, with the alpaca and the tencel the same colors, the silk adapted to the blue-faced Leicester color, and the blue-faced Leicester I have dyed in different colors that fit together. So I have an ochre one, a red one, yeah, a dark red Bordeaux Burgundy one, and a brown one. So those will be spun, each color on its own, and then used in one and the same project. So, yeah, lots of spinning work to do, but that's okay. All right, spinning work on the side, back to knitting. Okay, this is going to be a sweater for my youngest son, Mirdin. So this is a scrappy sweater. No, not sweater, it's going to be a cardigan, of course, but it's a scrappy cardigan. I have some leftovers from the past years and I'm just going to combine them in one and the same cardigan for myself. Okay, good. Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing, I have hiccups.
You have hiccups. Okay, it looked like laughing from here. Next one, another bag. I love those bags, even though I would love to invest in better project bags. For now, it's this. We're not there yet that I can invest. Oh, okay, this is a current work. So, and I need this one too to explain. So, a lot of knitters will know This one, Knit Crate, it's one of the most popular subscription boxes around. The March Knit Crate came with a pattern, the seashell capelet. So, that one. And I found the green color the prettiest. Didn't like the brown one. I'm not a brown kind of woman. So I chose the color with this one. It was the chill out package or something. And I have the, or let's see in this box. Yeah, I have the teal one. And I'm making that capelet with it. Yeah. So I'm making it for my oldest daughter, Troya. She gets the capelets. It's 100% alpaca. It's extremely soft. It's also extremely splitty. I'm now as far as the border is done, which I hated, by the way. Crocheting a border, hate it, really. The back and front, and oh no. Oh yes, in my box of yarn is also some leftover sock yarns, and I finally know what I want to do with it. I want to start a beekeeper's quilt. I once started it, of course, stopped with it, and now I can't find my hexie puffs anymore. Oh, I have one hexie puff left, but these ones will probably all become hexie puffs. I have one of those hexie puffs left, and I use that as ta-dum, where are you? Oh, here. I use that as a needle cushion. So this is a hexie puff, and the beekeeper's quilt are all hexie puffs. They are filled with filling, so you knit the base and then you fill them up, sew them close, and then in the end you just sew them all together in a big blanket. And I love them. I don't like the blanket that much, but I love the hexie puffs, so I want to make hexie puffs because I find them so cute. Yeah, I want to do that again. This is one of my go-to project bags. It's big enough to contain everything. Yeah, that. I have here my second pair of socks, or at least one of them. It is knit out of Drops Fable in a pretty colorway. I like the colorway, but I always struggled with second sock syndrome. Yeah, and that means that you knit one sock and never knit the other one. That one is in here too. I have this skein of yarn in it. I'm really not going to tell you anything about this skein yet, because this comes with a huge story about a very bad company that I don't like anymore. I'm going to make a different video about that company, I think. I'm all about supporting hand dyers, but with this one I made a huge mistake. Okay, so this one, yeah. And the funny thing is that I actually have a skein of yarn of them, because my best friend sent this one to me as a joke and as a gift, but yeah, funny story behind that one. Okay, do I have other things in here? No, normal stuff like stitch markers and more. And all right, almost done. Whoa, this is going to be a long first vlog. Am I doing great? Am I doing well? Am I doing a little bit? Can I do better? Because podcasts are talking things, and I know from our other channel that people don't like it when we talk too much, because then they find it boring and they don't watch our videos anymore, or they just watch a few minutes and then it's gone, and etc, etc. But as I see other podcasters, knitting podcasters do, you talk about your projects. for 30 minutes long. And I actually find that interesting, but I can't imagine that someone wants to see me talk for 30 minutes straight. So we'll have to see that one. I'm on the last one. Yeah, kind of. It's the last one. Yep. So this is my most active knit of the moment. So another pair of socks. I'm into sock knitting at the moment. I finished a pair of socks 2 weeks ago, and then I started this one. This is the first one of the pair that I knit, but I have an excuse because it has been very hot the last week. 35, 36 degrees, which is incredibly hot. Yeah, I didn't feel like knitting. This is the Gothic Arches sock. Oh, and I have another excuse, because as you can see here, the gusset starts, and I already finished the gusset, but I made this part too long. Yeah, and that sucked because it was just too long for me. Those are for me. They're for me. Wow. What you see here, from here to here, I took that out, ripped a few centimeters from the leg, and then I re-knitted the gusset. Okay, so that's my active knit of the moment. It goes very slowly, to be honest, but I think it's the warm weather. Let's keep it at that. I'm done. Wow, I'm done. So, did I do okay? Was this a good first podcast? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. My daughter is saying, yes, she has been sitting through this thing. This must be very boring for her, but she's a doll for doing this. What can I do to make it better? I can change my voice, even though I have a squeaky, stupid voice. I hate my voice. I truly do. I always hated it. I was in a choir when I was little, and I stopped that choir because they wanted to give me solos to sing. Ah, nice little wind. Ah, okay, so that's it. Here in my chair, showing you my knitting projects. See you later. Next week, we're going to do this thing weekly now. Have to. Yeah. Oh no! I don't think I have the same daughter there every single week. It's not going to be this long, because now I had so many projects to show, and as of next week it will be the progress that I made on some of them. I have a full-time job during the day, so I'm not one of those knitters who can do that much in a week, but no, that's okay. So, see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Till next time.